I'm continually amazed and inspired by the dedication of our academic community, our teachers. For them, it is always accurate to say, school is always in session. As the 2008-2009 school year was drawing to a close, I had the opportunity to visit with a few teachers who were preparing for the summer break and was pleased, but not surprised, to hear about the various activities they were pursuing during their, quote, 3 months off. Nothing could be further from the truth. Our teachers truly epitomize and embrace what it means to be lifelong learners. That commitment benefits Des Moines Public School students in so many different ways. From the Roosevelt physics teacher who joined 50 other educators in Springfield, Illinois to learn about Abraham Lincoln's life and impact on society, and will be teaching his students about a patent held by our 15th president. To the Lincoln Spanish teacher who traveled to Chile with the UNI Fulbright Hayes and Geographic Alliance of Iowa to observe population changes, and, as a result, will be teaching her students about world awareness and geography. To the 5 middle school teachers who attended classes and toured facilities at Iowa State University to develop substitutes for chemicals obtained from non-renewable fossil fuels. I could go on and on. Here are a few more of those experiences.
Harding is a NASA Explorer School, and that means that we get we got a large grant from NASA, and we also get a lot of different programming through NASA where they give us different materials. We have people that come visit our school and help teachers to bring different NASA materials into the classroom. We got the opportunity to go to NASA Johnson Space Center in Houston, and 4 teachers got to go on the zero gravity flight, and they actually call it the Weightless Wonder. And we got to take an experiment that students led, and they created from scratch. We took their experiment into a zero gravity environment so that we could test that material in zero gravity.
My name is and I'm from Harding Middle School in Des Moines, Iowa, and this is amazing. We're doing our experiment on the magnetic field, and it's totally different than what we thought so far, so we're going to have some major tweaks to make today to make our second flight better.
I was surprised at how well it did relate back to the classroom. As a science teacher last year, I brought a lot of things back from my training in Houston to my classroom that was exactly matched with my curriculum. They talked about how our body was affected by zero gravity and all the different dimensions of being in a different environment and how your body's affected. And as a 6th grade science teacher, we talked a lot about the human body. And so I literally brought those lessons about what was happening to me in this plane to my students, and we did different experiments and different labs and things about those specific effects on the body.
It made me want to be in science even more because it showed me there's different things than the human body and fungus and stuff like that. It showed me that there's different things on planets and everything like that.
The more experience that you have, the bigger girth of knowledge you have in general. And so the more things that I experience in my life in general, I think make me a better teacher, a better educator, a better mentor, because I have that girth of experience. And so I think that it's something I bring up daily, it seems like, in my classroom, because it's just, there's so many things about it that I can bring up. The geography, the math that I learned, the science, concepts that I learned in Houston, that experience made me a better teacher.
The U.S.-Poland Youth Parliamentary Exchange Program was the brainchild of Senator Lugar from Indiana and Rahm Emanuel from Illinois, and was eventually sponsored by the U.S. Department of State to improve relations and help the people of Poland and the United States to better understand one another. And so we were fortunate this past year to have several students from the IB program at Central Academy, as well as, I believe there were 5 or 6 students from Chicago's School of Agricultural Sciences that were able to go to Poland for an entire month in June and take part in an international workshop.
9 students were selected along with our counselor, Chris Hilton, and we went to Poland. So for the first 2 weeks we had a homestay in Gdansk, Poland, and I stayed with a 17-year-old boy and his 2 parents. And then after that we went to Warsaw for a week, which is the capital of Poland, and we learned about the government and the education system. And then the last week that we were in Poland, we went to Krakow, which is like the old capital, and it's definitely a tourist place, and we learned a lot about leadership in that place.
I think that we can all agree that the Des Moines interests are becoming more and more global in nature, and so any opportunity that we can give students to travel abroad and understand things from a more intercultural perspective, a more global perspective, I think we need to take advantage of those opportunities as much as we can.
When we were there, we learned that Poland really has a lot to do with the U.S. and the government, and they interact a lot more than I ever thought they did. But I also learned about the history of Poland and the Solidarity movement and how that was really important in ending World War II and the fall of communist Russia.
Well, I have a whole new understanding as well. I mean, I come back and am better able to guide those students into areas, into colleges, into career areas that they might be interested in, because I now have a greater knowledge of what that means. I mean, when I would have students come in before and say, I want to be an ambassador to a country or something like that, you know, you have a vague idea of what that really means, but now I feel like I have a very firm grasp on what that means.
I didn't realize how much like Polish students I am, how similar we are in aspects. Like international students, I thought they were totally different from me. They had different customs and cultures, and they're actually really similar, so it was great to see that.
Amazing opportunity. I mean, I can't even, I don't think I can put into words what I was able to personally bring back from this experience. I mean, obviously it's great that we let kids do this, but we need to have teachers and counselors and administrators having opportunities like this as well. It makes us better educators. It makes us better able to teach to a more global society, a more global population of students.